What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say one thing. The amount of support I've been getting is mind-blowing. Like, my Instagram is flooded right now with like so many positive messages and everything, and I love you guys so much. Today we're going to be doing a story time because I figured why not take a little bit of break from mental health and just talk about a story time and do a story time for you guys. So I was like, okay. So the story time is going to be about a girl I know who gets abused by her dad. So there was this one incident she was telling me about when she was 12 years old. That's when it started. She was telling me that she went out to the mall with her dad and her siblings, and he got her sister about a MacBook Pro, and y'all know how expensive that is. He got her a MacBook Pro, so she thought it was safe to ask him for a pair of $50 shoes. So she was just like, Dad, can I have this shoes? It's only $50. You know, you bought her a MacBook Pro. And then he lost it. He was calling her the B word, saying F you. You only ask me for money. That's all you do. And just going off at her in the middle of the food court while people are watching. Yeah, she was really embarrassed. And she was young at that time, so she never said anything. She never stood up for herself or defended herself against him because she was young. She was just a baby. So there was this other time when her and her mom got into a fight, and her mom sent her, she was in Toronto, and her mom sent her to go back to Edmonton to go live with him. And she came to Edmonton with 4 packs of cigarettes on her, and because she knew her dad would flip out, when she did, which was sort of expected. So she was smoking one day, and her dad came, and he was just like, where's your cigarettes? Ya bint al-kalb. Where's her cigarettes? And she wouldn't like tell him. So he went through her suitcase, and he found not only cigarettes, but a whiskey bottle that she never even knew that was in there. Because she was mad, you know. She just grabbed whatever suitcase, not knowing what was in there, and just packed. She never even knew that the whiskey bottle was in there. He proceeded to take the whiskey bottle, smash it, and beat the crap out of her. Slapped her, punched her, choked her, sprained her wrist. She was in a wrap for about the time that she was there. And yeah. She was just like, Dad, I have no clue where that whiskey bottle came from. You know me. You know that I don't drink. He didn't believe her. Because the bottle was like halfway. And yeah, he just lost it. And there was another time she was sitting at his shop, and she was already in tears. And she was upset, and her dad's friends were trying to comfort her. And then her dad came storming into the shop, and he was just like yelling at her. And then she said, I don't know why you're sitting here yelling at me. All you're doing is raising your blood pressure, and you're giving a show to your friends. His face turned red, like as red as this. And he started going off even more, and before he could even hit her, his friends were like holding him back. They're like, calm down and everything, you know, she never did anything. She's just sitting here. Why are you even mad at her in the first place? You know, just trying to calm him down. There was the next fight that happened in Ramadan, during the last 10 days of Ramadan. She got into a fight with him, and because she started thinking, because her family is so screwed up, so she was thinking, because he kicked her brother out on the streets, and for a year he was on the streets. He got hooked onto bad things. He met bad people, was in jail, did drugs, you know. And then her sisters aren't living in the same house. Her sisters and her brother aren't living in the same house, or in another city. So she started thinking, and she's like, how did our family get screwed up? And then she was deep thinking, like, where did this all lead to? And it led to her dad. So she was fuming with anger. She was so upset, and because the cops were at her house at that time, and she was so upset, so she called her dad, and then they started fighting. She said some things that were not very nice. She was saying that the shaitan you're worse than the shaitan. She's like, no, you're exactly like shaitan. No, you're worse than shaitan. That's what she said. And it was in the last 10 days of Ramadan. And she was cursing him out and everything. And it was just bad. It was bad. There was a next fight that happened that she was telling me about, and it was when her cousins were over, because everybody knows that she has a bad relationship with her dad, but they don't know like the extent of it, like how bad it really is. And now her cousins know how bad it is because they've seen it up front. Her brother bought a cat to the house, and he came storming into the house. I don't even know, like she doesn't even know who called him. He came storming into the house, and knives were being pulled out, and holes were being punched in walls, and people were getting slapped, and broken arms and everything. It was so bad that the cops were called. It was so bad. So her cousins saw, and they were shocked because they thought that he was this innocent, miskeen man. And then she was just like, because she was always ranting about her daddy issues to them. And then she was just like, now do you see? Now do you believe me? And it was like, they were so shocked. Like, her cousin had to pry her dad off of her, and her brother. Like, her dad had to pry her off of them. And her cousins had to pry her dad off of her. And then she's just like, now do you see what I'm talking about? She's not capping or anything. Like, this is real. Now do you guys understand? And they were like too busy being in shock, and they're just like, yeah, now I believe you. Every single time she asks him for money, she is getting called sharmuta, which is a slut in Arabic. It's like stronger. Or a kalba. She always tells me that she can never remember. She doesn't remember the last time her dad actually used her name, because he's always too busy calling her sharmuta or a kalba or anything amongst those lines. And she always tells me, in her opinion, being dissed in Arabic is worse than being dissed in English, because it just hits in a different way. And then if you're to be called like the B word in English, because it's just like, oh, okay, I'm a female dog. It's just better to be like, because Arabic is like a strong language. So when you're getting called all those names, it hurts a whole lot more. There was another time when she was on the phone with him, and she asked him for $10, and he went off as usual, and just dissing her, and she had him on speaker, and so her mom could hear, and her mom lost it on him, and she was like cussing him out too, and everything. She was cussing, and making dua against him, and that was the last time she ever spoke to him. And now, whenever she has an issue with him, she's not able to go to her mother, because her mother doesn't want to hear anything along the line with, oh, Baba did this to me, Baba did that to me. She doesn't want to hear it. A couple, like, the recent fights that she had with him was when she posted up a Facebook picture of her without her hijab. Her dad got mad, and I'll get into that story, but there was a previous story of when she got raped, and her dad laughed at her, said it was your fault for even being in that situation, which she never even put herself in. because she was watching her neighbor's kid, and her neighbor got a little bit, ooh, so he spiked her drink and drugged her, and had her his way with her. And she made the mistake of calling her dad, like having a little bit of hope that somewhere in that deep black heart he would care. But he didn't. He laughed. And there was another time when she tried to kill herself in front of him, and he just started laughing. And he was just like, ha 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 ha. It's like I'm watching a movie, you know, just horrible, horrible things. And the recent fight that she had with him was a couple days ago. She posted a picture without her hijab on Facebook, and he got mad, and he was just like, they were texting, and she was showing me the messages, and she was just like, LMFAO. He was just like, oh, I'm done with all of you. And then she was just like, she has a big mouth when it comes to him. Like, let's be real, she has a big mouth. Anything and everything just flies out. She was just like, LMFAO, imagine having kids, just be done with them. And then she was just like, fear Allah. And then he was just like, no, do you know Allah? And then she was like, I grew up in a masjid. Of course I do. Because she did. She grew up in the masjids. All her life. She was always in the masjids, you know, halaqas and all that. And he was just like, yeah, like, I'm done with all of you. Fear. And then I was like, she was like, fear Allah and everything. And she was just like, you're tripping over a picture of her without her hijab. Newsflash, buddy, she posts everywhere without her hijab. So, and Mama knows this, and he got mad. And then she was just like, so are you done with me now? Like, completely done with me? And he was just like, yes. And he blocked her phone number, blocked her off of everywhere, so there's no way, unless she calls up no caller ID, there's no way that she's able to get a hold of him. And he did that to all of her siblings, and she always wonders which one of them got cut off in the worst way. Yeah. She always asks herself that question, which one of them got cut off in the worst way. And yeah, so honestly, like, if you're a man and if you're gonna have kids, learn how to treat your kids with respect. Like, he always says to her, I'm gonna go get married, I'm gonna have a set of kids who's gonna respect me. And then she opened up her mouth again and said, dude, you have 4 kids right now who don't even respect you. What makes you think if you have another set of 4 kids that they're gonna go respect you? If anything, they're gonna up and leave like we did, because they're gonna get tired of your crap, and and all that. And yeah, honestly, if you are a man and if you're gonna have kids, learn how to respect your kids, learn how to treat them with respect, especially your girls. Learn how to treat them like diamonds and princesses instead of treating them so crappy. Otherwise, you're not meant to be a dad. And just, like, grow up. Like, you're the father. You're supposed to be the most important man in your daughter's life. Like, she has all this anger and hatred towards him, but she also has, like, a void in her heart, because she wants to have a father figure, because she never had one. Even when her parents were married, she never had a proper father figure. So she always has this void in her heart, but at the same time, she just feels this anger and hatred towards him. But yeah, like I said, if you're gonna have kids, treat them with respect, or don't have kids at all. You know, like, use a condom. So that's it for today. My mom's calling me. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to see, want me to post. You know, like, I'm also having, for the billionth time, my wisdom teeth removed. So if you want me to do a vlog, let me know. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I will leave my social media links in the description. And turn your post notifications on so you can know when I drop another video. I love you guys so much. So good talking to you. Hopefully this video uploads, otherwise I'm gonna get mad. And yeah, مع السلامة.